But while we've got the Captain Kirk just walked in, there's some of the questions. Turn that over there, buddy. Some of your questions are kind of like manly man questions that now that we've got Captain Kirk here, he can help us out.
The best you could do for a manly man.
Well, at this point, you're the best we got. So
okay. Well, hey.
Let's see. I was looking at one of these, and I was thinking the whole. There's one in here that the pickup truck. You drive a pickup truck?
Yeah, three
That's
of
a silly
them.
question.
No, his question is, I heard people love pickup trucks in Texas. What's up with that? Practical use or just a desire to look badass?
Yes.
Do you drive a pickup?
Yes.
I know he does, but I'm delaying him.
I mean,
Tell
my answer,
him.
yes. Although what that said, I mean, for me, it's kind of an image thing. My ego gets in the way.
Really? I never dreamed in a million years that would be one of your reasons
and
to drive a
my
pickup.
My truck has 2 pink fuzzy dice hanging off the mirror, too.
No, it doesn't.
It does, too. It's right out there. Go look. They've been out there for 2 or 3 years. Big pink fuzzy dice.
Is pink fuzzy dice a thing in cars in Russia? But you know what he's talking about?
No.
It's a great look.
That goes.
By the way, there's not that many pickup trucks here. There's not.
Well, in my opinion, people bought whatever my truck cost when I bought it, and people buy an expensive car. I said, you can drive that car to work, and that's about all you can do with it. You might go to the grocery store and pick up something. You can go to the opera in it. You can, but that's about it.
You go to the opera a lot?
Oh, yeah, you would.
He's
No.
trying to make a point.
Yeah.
You're just like,
But the point is in my truck, I can do all of that, and I can go anywhere I want off-road. If I need to haul something, I can haul it. If I need to pull something, I can pull it. But it is
practical.
a very Texas thing. I mean, it's part of the Texas image too. So there's some image thing going in there.
there
For
are
me.
a
I think
lot of
anymore.
trucks here. There are a lot of trucks. This is
Well,
not
Captain
something you
Kirk,
just heard.
I got to tell you, owning a sedan is not stopping my husband from off-roading.
Well, true. and some of my college experiences, I would have to agree. Yeah, I've probably had some off-road experiences in a sedan.
But you
Yeah.
said there's not many trucks there in Russia. I mean, what do they have? I mean, where do they come from?
Not pickup trucks. Mainly like, normal sedans or the station wagons. Is that what you call them?
Sure.
And then Jeeps or, the four-wheel drive. But they're not like pickup trucks. If somebody needs to haul stuff, they can just get a trailer or get a bigger truck.
All right.
Or
Yeah,
get a
there's a
motorcycle.
lot of trucks.
It's from the point of view of like what do you call it? Fuel consumption. You're just carrying a lot of air in the bed of your truck,
not
but it
efficient.
creates the drag also if
Yeah.
you don't have the call the hard top.
But they're pretty light though when they're not loaded. I mean, they're
are.
super light.
But the one thing I was just thinking, Texas is so large and so much of Texas is a rural community. And you get into rural sections and people have ranches, whether they're small or large or whatever, and it's a utility need. You need the truck, whether you're hauling hay or hauling. I mean, it's more of a need. And in the cities, I think it's more of the image thing because they want to look like a cowboy
Whatever.
or a country boy or whatever.
Right.
It's just that Texas image. So you get to the cities, it's more of an image thing. And a lot of the people in the cities hunt out in the country, so when they go hunting, they got to have a truck to haul all their hunting junk with them to go hunt.
True.
If that makes sense. So
Makes total sense. But now here in Russia, another reason why people don't want to have like pickup trucks because they're afraid of the safety because people can just steal stuff from the bed of the truck if it doesn't have a hard top. Okay.
That's where they need a dog, right, Cap?
a pit bull.
A pit bull.
And I don't like.
Well,
pit bulls.
that kind of goes back to
I'm
your
not
first.
sure how a pit bull can last in minus 37.
True.
Well, on the very first question on your list,
Oh,
Russ,
Lord.
Russ, it's not on here.
Oh, well, it's a warm day.
Right here.
But I'm sorry. What did
It's
I do?
not on the list. See, it says starts with number 2.
Yeah.
This is number 1 question didn't print out properly on this page. What was it, Russ? Do you remember your number 1 question?
No, I don't.
Everybody's got guns, right?
Oh, that's right.
Well, no,
do
because
you have
there's
a
a-
training for that?
Because there's a 51% sign on the door, so I can't bring my gun in.
Yeah, you can't bring a gun in certain places.
But yes,
But if it did, it's a sign that says 51%. What's the 51%?
a statute.
It's a law. If they make more than 51% of their money from alcohol, you can't carry in there.
Yeah, so this is a bar. You can't carry a gun in here. So
see.
Captain Kirk had to leave his gun outside
In the truck,
in the truck,
not by the door.
just laying out there on the.
But yeah, I mean, and if you don't have more than one gun, then people question your Texanhood.
But the other question that went with that is, does everybody have guns? And the answer is no, not everybody has guns.
Right.
But there are a number of people who do. And I would say in this particular part of Texas where we live,
Everybody has a gun.
a lot.
Probably,
Yeah.
as
Lots
someone
of
who
guns.
just moved here, but I have lived here before in Texas, yes, not everybody has guns, but in Texas, there's enough guns
For
for
everybody.
everybody.
That's true.
To have more than one.
Yeah. So the second part of his question though is just like, so if everybody's got guns, do they have to like train? They have to have training and stuff. And the answer is no. You don't actually have to have training, but if certain situations arise, like if you want to be able to conceal and carry that gun, then you do have to go through certain training.
Yep.
True.
You want to comment on any additional stuff like that? I mean, he's
Well-
much more into it than I am. So
Well, I mean, and it depends on how you're raised. I know I didn't have any formal training per se. I mean, when I was in the military, I guess I had a little bit.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, and then I wasn't really, my job wasn't to carry a gun. It was to fly an airplane. So
The big mobile
very small,
aerial.
very minimal,
Just out of sight.
training. Yeah, I mean, you got a sidearm if you're actually going into combat. Otherwise, we didn't carry them. But I was raised, like my kids are all trained because I trained them. I taught them how to be safe with the gun, how to handle a gun.
Same for me.
And so formal training, most people don't have it. And some of the home training is a lot better than the formal training. Most formal training is more for probably concealed carry. I don't know if that makes sense. or
Yeah,
not,
it's for permits and stuff.
Yeah.
The reason I added this part to the question is because I heard from different cops, like from different police officers of different countries, pro and against the guns and stuff. Some people, like in British, in the UK, they say in order to have a gun, you have to have a training because that other criminal, let's say, or perpetrator, they can just overpower you and take your gun away from you and then shoot you. So, which is kind of, you would be a lot safer if you would not have a gun in that situation.
If you can't use it and you can't control it, then you're just adding
Right.
adding an extra element that you don't want happening.
I think, if you're going to carry one on a day-to-day basis, I think you're wise. And just through other avenues, I have had some of that training as well. And a lot of that training is just being aware that, and be aware that's an opportunity, that's a possibility that they could. So you got to make sure you handle your firearm correctly. And if you're in that situation, don't allow yourself to get in a situation where that guy can get that close to you. That's why you shoot them when they're way over there, not when they're on top of you.
So there's a whole bunch of people over here to the side waving their arms saying we're supposed to define guns because they're different kinds. I mean, obviously
Who's
you've
waving?
got, well, they quit, but they were saying
Like
we should
the
say
handguns or the
handgun
rifles.
versus, rifles,
Long
shotguns,
rifles.
and long guns, that kind of thing. So, I mean, there's plenty of both here.
Yeah, I mean,
Shotguns,
there's
rifles,
shotgun, rifle,
four-wheel
handguns,
drives.
semi-automatic.
You're not supposed to have automatic guns, like fully auto.
There's no. I mean, you have to have a special license to own a true automatic gun, like an AR-15 or an AK-47. That's not an automatic. It's a semi-automatic. So you can. You have to have a license and go through all kind of background checks before you can get a. I think it's called a Class 3 license to own a fully automatic gun.
So here's another question that Russ asked.
Yeah.
And I don't really
Yeah.
I really don't know how to answer this. Which is bigger in Texas, fishing or hunting?
Oh Lord, that'd be a toss-up.
I don't have any idea. I would say it's
Have a
pretty
state
much
civil
straight
war
up.
over that one, wouldn't you?
You could have a civil war. over
Depending on where you're at now, near Lake Fork.
that. There's probably a lot of fishing, but there's good hunting over there too. So,
There's great hunting over there.
Yeah,
just-
it's a lot of both, buddy. I mean,
it's all
I don't
about
have
both.
any idea how to say which would be bigger.
And if
Okay.
if someone does one, they usually do the other.
That's true.
But there's some people that I know that are just their whole life is a fishing boat, and there's other people that's just being in the country hunting. So